All right, we are here on Alice TV, back at our Sunday Hang series. We've got myself, we got Carl, we got Tosh, and a really special person that we've recently met. His name's William Zimmerman, and he works for a company called Mooncoil Media, and we are actually working with him. He's representing us as a manager. He's helping us out with PR, and he's just like a cool dude in general. So we wanted to bring him on and just introduce him to the fam and everything. Like he's a great guy, and we're just super stoked to have him on. And I know he doesn't approve of that word, stoked, but I just
that's all right. You guys are allowed.
I feel extra special. He's
right,
also our panda wrangler.
He does
wrangles the pandas, yes.
Wrangles pandas. But yeah, we're happy to be back on our streaming series here. I'm just making sure like everything's working. Last time, for whatever reason, our Twitch wasn't working, so I have to check to make sure that's working. But yeah. How's everyone doing? Oh yeah, it's all up and running.
It's all up and running.
Awesome. Well, it's been we've had a busy time in the world of Alice. So we like to do, if you haven't come to our Sunday stream series before, we like to talk about what we've been up to. And like one of the most important things we do is take questions from anyone about anything. So if you're out there on the chat, feel free to ask and we will do our best to answer. Yeah, you know, everything from like, what's your favorite kind of pickle to like, you know, what's your middle name? Like all that stuff's allowed. So I don't know.
Well, jumping right in, we had a question about Discord. I believe Eric was asking about our Discord. So if you could.
I'll send a link for you guys to join.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Let me see. I just got to create an invite. Invite people.
And Trevor said that Within Temptation reminded him of us, and that's a high compliment. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. The singer's voice is absolutely incredible. So thank you for the kind compliment and comparison.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just sending the link. I have like multiple computers in front of me, so it's always like, all right, which keyboard do I need to type on, and like don't accidentally disconnect the entire stream. So let me get up in here.
We are asked by George when we're going to be playing in Cummings, Georgia. We're actually playing in Atlanta, so I'm not sure how close that is, but Atlanta, we are playing on November 3rd at Sabbath Brewing. So if that's close to you, we'd love to hang out. So come on by.
Doesn't look like it's too terribly far.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know what anybody else's life is, so I don't know what's far for some people. Atlanta, it looks like on the map, it's about 39 minutes. So
yeah,
that's not terrible. So anybody up in Cumming, Georgia, could come and see us in Atlanta, which would be fun. Heck yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. So we just got off of playing a really incredible event called Wasteland Weekend. That was last weekend, so that was pretty crazy. Carl, can you think of any highlights from that?
From there, I got my voice back since then, which is nice. I can actually talk to everybody. From the Wasteland Weekend, like just getting to be on stage and look out and seeing so many just hardcore looking people looking back at us and just rocking out, and then looking up during like the big breakdowns and seeing these giant fireballs go up into the air was just out of control for me personally. How about yourself?
I don't know. It was just sort of like, words are hard to, like, it's hard to put into words, like the experience. I agree though, like the fireballs, like as you're playing, I was like, why am I so hot all of a sudden? And I look up, there's like billowing pillows of not pillows, that would be amazing, but pillars of fire spouting out of the stage, like right to the top right of where I was standing. And I was like, okay, if I hit my guitar this hard, is the fire gonna spout larger? And sometimes it would. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, especially during those breakdowns during when we were playing electrical, like just those heavy downbeats, the fire just like spit out right at the right time. It was so cool.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
Tosh, any highlights for you?
I mean, definitely the fire. It was pretty epic. Me and Carl and Scott had just seen Rammstein, so I think we were very fire happy at coming from that.
Yeah.
So we like having just like an inkling of that, which was just like an inkling because the Rammstein concert, holy cow, that was next level. That was my first time to see Rammstein. So, but yeah, like I definitely loved the fire. For sure. That was amazing. And the community was incredible. There was so much creativity, really a lot of ingenuity, like seeing like the costumes and just the camps that people set up, just how much love people put into it. It was amazing. And everyone was really, really supportive and welcoming. So got lots of bottle caps and trinkets and lots of love. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it's just it's a community, you know what I mean? Like the Wasteland weekend, it's something that you do and it's like you just get into it, like just full on. Like, and then like we were out there and you just couldn't help but just like feeling how happy everyone was to be there, you know, like it's like sort of like the whole idea is like this apocalyptic wasteland. It's sort of like representation, you know, of like it's like a culmination of an art project slash like, you know, ideas that people have of like society, but it all comes like sort of to this point out in the desert where like it feels like the Wild West where like anything's allowed. You see people driving around on like these modded vehicles. It looks like you're literally like in the world of Mad Max. You feel like you're in Mad Max, but it's like just people having a really good time and they're all like really creative and it's the whole thing. So I recommend it to anyone if you're into like camping out in the desert. So
Yeah. Oh man, it was just so incredibly immersive as well. I remember after we were done playing and everything was running smoothly for a little while, I just took a walk through the neighborhood and there were shops that you could either buy things or barter at. There were bars, there were places to get food. It was just this living, breathing community all the way out in the middle of nowhere. And it was absolutely like a trip of an experience that I really hope we get to do again at some point.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And just for anyone who's joining now, our friend and our manager are basically sometimes our counselor. I guess. William Zimmerman is here from Mooncoil Media. We asked him to come on just because we wanted to like introduce him to the Mad Hatter family and just wanted to, you know, him to show his face and just really happy to have him on our team. So he's helping us, you know, as things get, you know, like crazy, you know, he's an extra pair of hands and an extra mind to bounce ideas off of with. So got to get Sasha in the Zoom.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Real quick, Scott, Robert was asking about how to redeem the download code. If you could direct him.
Definitely. So if you got a starter pack and you have your little key, all you have to do is go to hold on, let me get the link for you. It's I think it's yum.music. Hold on, sorry.
Are you talking about Bandcamp?
Yeah, it's the Bandcamp download code.
Yeah,
right?
so it would be your site and then a / and then yum.
That's right. So yeah, I'm just typing it in right now. So ilikealice.bandcamp.com/yum. So just think about something yummy and then just type that in and then you could get your download. Hey, Sasha. Oh, can't hear you.
Hi, Moons.
There you are. There we are.
Yay. Happy Sunday.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday stream. And yeah, just excited to be here. And we've got so much going on. Obviously, we're launching our tour in like 2 weeks or something like that. Less than 2 weeks. I don't even know. My brain's just like, all right, got to get everything done. But yeah, we're going on tour. We're releasing a music video and a new single called Time, which we're like really excited about. We've got hoodies. Oh yeah, this is a whole new thing. Like, so we have hoodies. We're going to have them on the road, and I'm actually going to post some links where you could pre-order like actual hoodies. And I think they're so cool. I'll definitely show them off to you all in a second, because the design I feel like is awesome. We have like we actually have two separate hoodies. One is like this red and black style, and then the other is just like a black hoodie, just depending on like what you want. So we're excited to have that. We're working on getting beanies. So yeah, like things are happening. So if anyone is here on the chat and you have any questions you want to ask us, this is the time. Some people might just be joining, but like feel free to ask anything. Obviously anything about the tour or about what we're doing right now. Always happy to answer. And in a second I'll show off some of those hoodies and maybe some more BTS from Wasteland Weekend. But yeah, we're just excited to get out there. Yeah. What's new with you, Sasha?
Just getting ready to come back out tomorrow. So excited.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How's everybody doing out there in the internet land?
Well, I feel like we're doing pretty good.
Eric is asking if we're coming to Baltimore. We're going to be playing in DC on November 5th. I'm not sure how close that is, but if that is in the vicinity, maybe you can come join us. We're excited. We're playing with the Neurofarm and Red This Ever. DJ Johnny Panic is going to be DJing, so I think it's going to be an awesome night. We're super excited about that. So hopefully you can come join us out there.
That's awesome.
Looks like it's about an hour and a half away.
So Anna's asking what states we're playing in. Yes, we can send a link to, if you could send a link, Scott, to all of our tour dates. But we're playing in Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Colorado, New Mexico, and Vegas. For this upcoming round, and we launch in less than 2 weeks. I can't believe it. I'm in total tour prep right now, so getting all the little bits and pieces together for that. So, have we played in Maine? Yes, we would love to play in Maine. I've been there with my family. Like, we went on a road trip, and it was so pretty because we went there in the fall and got to see the pretty leaves turning colors. But we've never actually played a show there. That'd be amazing. We'd love to.
Yeah, that's one place we just never gotten up to, or Vermont, right? Have we ever played Vermont?
I don't think we've played Vermont. Yeah,
that would be pretty cool to get up there. I do know we've played Buffalo. That was pretty far north. But that was with Mankind. Wait, no, we played there with Alice. Oh, yeah.
So Jaren is asking what's our favorite song we've played, and what's our favorite song ever? That's a really tough question. Carl, because of the look on your face, I feel like you need to answer this one first.
I don't know. Favorite song. Well, I personally really love playing Condemned whenever we get a chance to do that one, because it's just got that insanely heavy downbeat in the middle and that right at the end, just to send it all out. And favorite song ever? I don't know.
It's not an easy question. Yeah,
that's a tough one. Off the top of my head, I was just listening to this one song, "Strength of the World" by Avenged Sevenfold. I guess that's a really good one because it's got this amazing huge orchestra part at the very beginning, and then it goes into like this really heavy metal breakdown. So I guess that's the most recent one that I've been listening to that I really enjoy. That's
nice.
fun. Yeah. How about everybody else?
So for me, so the question is favorite song that I play and favorite song ever?
Mhm.
Well, I could just think about the last show, and that was Wasteland Weekend. For me, it was such a crazy crowd and crazy show. Like we were talking about the fact that we had like pyro and fire and stuff happening. Jeez, that's so hard though. I felt like everything was awesome. But I really started feeling like the set like very strongly when we started playing Mirage. And then when we played, I think when we played For Dead, it was just insane. Like I just felt like people were just losing their brains. Like I felt like I was losing my brain. It was awesome. I was like one with everything. It was awesome. So yeah. In terms of favorite song ever, ooh. I mean, like from a song perspective, I have a lot of favorite songs. I think like there's a few songs that were key and like what triggered me to just really even get into music. And a lot like there's some music that was just really there for me at the time, a lot of pretty much every song on Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails, I feel like does that for me. um you know but like when you think about like real songs, like I feel like Pink Floyd has some really good music, so I was really influenced by them growing up. Um yeah, I feel like my favorite song by them is actually a song off of Metal. I actually forget the name of the song itself, but it's the last song. It's like a 5-song album, and each song is like 10 or 15 minutes. And it's just one of the most incredible songs. It takes you on a journey, I'll have to get the name of it because I'm actually forgetting it right now. But I know William has some song choices that he likes for Alice. So it'd be interesting to hear from his perspective,
Yeah, well, I know you guys are sick of hearing it from me, but obviously it's Moonbeams. So that gets played over and over and over again.
That's awesome.
We haven't played that one in a while. I think we're overdue for Moonbeams.
I think maybe if you play it on the tour, I might try and teleport to one of the shows.
Only if you come on stage and sing with us.
Oh God, you don't want to hear me sing.
That would be
Trust-
so fun.
Trust me on that.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
How about you, Sasha Luya?
Well, we have this thing where like whenever we're in rehearsal, whatever song we're actively singing, we're like, this song's my favorite. No, this song is my favorite. So I feel like it rotates depending on kind of what we're working on, So, and then as far as like all-time favorite song, I've been listening to a fair amount of Rachmaninoff lately. So that's kind of but that's a lately thing. I'm not sure I could pull an all-time favorite. So I'd have to make a list, like a spreadsheet,
Yeah. Takes some
So
serious thought. Like that's
yeah, it really
that
does.
question is deep.
Yeah. How about you, Tosh?
Oh, I guess I have to answer that. It really rotates in terms of like favorite song, because like from show to show, like I'll have a favorite. One of my favorite questions to ask the band actually is, what was your favorite song that night? And it rotates, like it'll shift, like what we felt the most, and for different reasons. Like sometimes it's the way we connected to the audience, it's the way we felt the music, or it could be like something technically went terribly wrong and then suddenly something magical came out of it. Like the power went out on our stage at Wasteland Weekend. So we had no power, but we had all of our percussion. So, and KAZZIE was dancing with us. So we actually ended up just doing this impromptu jam session with our percussion, and she just broke into a dance, and that was our intro into Breathe. So for Wasteland Weekend, that was my favorite because I just thought it was magical. Just, it was so in the moment. I love being able to jam live. There's just nothing like it. It's dangerous because there's all this room for mistakes, and every mistake that happens is just perfect. So I don't know. I love when things happen that just challenge you like that. And favorite song ever would probably be Moonlight Sonata. That like I heard it as a really young Tosh and begged my parents and my piano teacher and everybody to like, you know, teach me this song. And my feet couldn't even reach the pedals. So it took a little bit for me to learn how to play, but that was like really what inspired me to keep playing. And it's I think it's influenced a lot of my songwriting. It just pops in. Like there's this, I love the looping hypnotic quality to the rotating chords. And I feel like that comes into a lot of the way that I write on the piano. So yes, I love that question though. Thank you for asking us such a hard question.
Yeah, that's a good one. And think of more questions. Ask us questions because that's part of the fun of being on this Zoom is like getting some weird ones. So
Eric was asking a favorite movie from all of us.
Favorite movie.
Favorite movie. All right, William, you go first.
Oh, that's easy. Dead Poet Society.
Oh my God, I haven't seen that so long. I love that movie. I feel like for me, a transformative movie for me was The Matrix. You know, I don't know if it's silly or not, but I feel like for me, that was just that movie sort of inspired me and changed me when I watched it, or like when I first saw it, because I actually saw it in the theater, you know? So yeah, I love that movie.
How about you, Carl?
Oh man. Only because it's constantly in my rotating top 3. But I'm gonna go with Road to Perdition. Still probably one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life. And I really feel like it's just one of those movies that, thank you, that checks all the boxes for me because I think the writing is brilliant, the acting is amazing, the cinematography is out of control, the direction, the music, every single thing about it to me just is 100%. And it is probably one of my favorite. Yeah, I guess let's just say that. It's my all-time favorite movie, Road to Perdition.
I feel like, Carl, you have like such a knowledge of movies. Really awesome. Whenever you get a chance to talk to Carl about movies, like you could just talk for hours. So
I love movies. They're so much fun.
Anyone start to a show, just start talking to movies with Carl.
Yeah, I don't talk about a lot of things, but I can talk about movies for a minute.
Yeah.
You are an encyclopedia. Like I feel like I learn a lot about like all things film when I talk to you, which is awesome.
Well, I learned from y'all too, because I still remember whenever, like years ago when we all started hanging out, like we were trading movie lists back and forth. And like I didn't see 12 Monkeys until I met you and Scott. And it's called 12 Monkeys, right? Or is it a different number?
Yeah, 12 Monkeys.
It is. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Also, you showed me that movie, The Fountain.
I love The Fountain.
Was out of control. And just like multiple others. And I just love that everybody has such a different range of music and movies that I feel like everybody's knowledge grows a little bit more and we all become encyclopedias ourselves just by knowing each other.
Yeah,
I think The Fountain is right up there with Waking Life for me. I'd have to be greedy and pick 2 because like Waking Life really inspired me on so many levels. I was like, I want to make art like this, like that just bends the mind and takes you on a journey. And it's just the animation, the dialogue, the thought behind it. I just absolutely love Waking Life. Mind-blowing movie. How about you, Sash?
Silence of the Lamb. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You like Silence of the Lamb.
Silence of the Lambs. Don't judge me too harshly. I could have just watched that movie on
the Fava Beans movie.
Yeah.
The Fava Beans movie.
It's the Fava Beans movie.
Yes,
It's so good. It's a good one.
Everyone knows that movie. I like that movie.
That's a great movie.
Oh man. Well, I was gonna say that Tosh's recommendation of Waking Life reminded me of another movie in the same style called A Scanner Darkly. I think Philip K. Dick, the story was by him, but it was like the same animated style with Robert Downey Jr. and I think Keanu Reeves was in it too. But that was a really good movie too.
Yeah, same director. So
Yeah.
both Richard Linklater.
Ah, nice. That explains it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
God, what a filmmaker. Oh my God. That guy's from Texas also. He's straight out of Austin.
Ooh, I
Mhm.
didn't know that. Oh, look at you, Mr. Encyclopedia.
Well, no, like because Linklater actually has this really great movie. It's one of his first ones called Slacker, and it is as like early to mid 90s independent film as you can possibly get, and it's all shot around Austin, and it's just basically a collection of events that all connect into each other just because of a mutual experience. Like at the beginning, it's Linklater in a cab talking about a dream that he has. And then the cab drops him off. And where the cab drops him off, a car accident happens.
Mm,
And then we leave him and we start seeing what happened with his car accident.
wow.
And then some other stuff happens. And the guy who was responsible for that car accident gets arrested. After he gets arrested and taken away, somebody sees him getting arrested, and then we follow him. And it just goes on like that. And it's amazing. I personally really think that movie's really great.
That's crazy.
Not my favorite, but it is really, really good.
What was
Uh,
it called?
Slacker.
Slacker. Thank you.
Slacker. Yeah.
So
this is a really, oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, no, you go. You're probably about to say the same thing I was.
Oh, yeah, Eric was asking a really beautiful question. He says, is the idea concept of a journey in life an inspiration for your art? I hear you talk about that concept a lot. Thank you. Well, thank you for the awesome question. Yes, absolutely. I don't know. I feel like for me, I draw inspiration just from life in general. You know, it's the easiest place for me to draw inspiration from. Like the life I've lived, or the people I've been able to experience, or you know, things like that. I feel like I love getting to experience being a human. And it's been quite a journey. And I feel like there's just so many things to write about on this journey. Yeah, I don't know. What about you guys?
I saw that question as well. That's funny you're answering it too, but yeah, I mean, the idea and concept of a journey in life as inspiration, like, yeah, I think when it comes to music, I mean, at least for me, it's been a great outlet for stuff that, you know, when you have to go through any sort of like hard times or anything like that, music is just such a great outlet. You know, when you're trying to deal with thoughts or emotions that sometimes there's no other way to deal with it. It's just like there's some things in life that, you know, it's like there's no way out, you know, except through art. So I feel like music is definitely our channel for that. You know, when you think about a song like Love Is Forever, you know, that was definitely like inspired by the death of my mother. You know, and there's a lot of other music that we have that like is just influenced by the journey that we've had collectively in life, you know, and we're all like really good friends. So like we all share in the losses and the griefs, and like also all the wins and the happy times as well. You know, it's not all doom and gloom. But yeah, like that's what it's about for me.
Yeah, I definitely feel like art and music in general is such an amazing place. I feel like it's almost like that hope in the Pandora's box, you know, and you open up the box of troubles and then you have this hope. And I feel like, you know, sometimes, you know, what you experience goes beyond words. And instead it's like we have the opportunity to express through art, and I love encouraging our friends to create their own art. I myself like teach voice and piano, and it's wonderful to get to see like people first learning like, oh, you know, there's a place that I can put these ideas and these you know, these thoughts and these feelings, and it's a wonderful place to be able to put it. So yeah, and I think, you know, it's really interesting. I mean, it's sort of the concept of Alice, through the looking glass and looking at a mirror. It's like holding up sort of a mirror and being like, hey, these are experiences maybe other people can relate to too, and connect with, and maybe we're not quite so alone on this journey together, you know. Yes.
Anyone else have anything they want to add to that one?
I think you guys said all the things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I feel like, especially working with this community, like there's such a place to put your heart feelings and what you're going through and how you're going through it, that I feel like it's a blessing, it's a gift. So I think it's really important to have that. I mean, for anyone to have a place where they can be like, hey, I'm having these enormous feelings. Like, what do I do with myself? And being able to share that with the community and have music and have art and have like painting and filmmaking and all of it, like just to have that be an accepted part of life is huge. So, yeah.
Definitely.
Michael was asking what was our first Alice song, or it was what's the first song that made us all be in a band at Alice. We were actually on a year-long tour with MKIO, and I was tootling around with this odd meter song on the piano, and I didn't know what to do with it. It was actually a waiting, and there was this odd meter thing. I just played over and over. Like every time there was a piano available, I was like, playing around with it. And then when we got back from the tour, I was like, I feel like I kind of want to jam this out. And it didn't feel like it was quite MKIO. It just felt like this weird progressive thing. And Gordon and Scott were able to translate it into what it is now. And we started just like kind of jamming. We did like Phony, that was off of our very first album. We did a lot of other things that were just kind of like laying in the nethers, and we were just kind of exploring because we wanted to kind of think outside the box. Like we were like, we don't have to write a song in a typical way. We could do whatever we want. That's the beauty of being an artist, right? You can break all the rules. And so I think that's been part of the joy for me for Alice, is just that, we don't have to be defined by any one thing. Yeah, I think that's kind of what opened the proverbial floodgates. Yeah. Ooh, Jaren asks, what's the biggest fish you caught?
I don't know. I'm always like pretending that I catch fishes when I have a photo taken of me for whatever reason. Like I'm always like,
is it a fish or a burrito?
I don't know. It could be a burrito, because
Fish burrito.
sometimes I've sort of fantasized that I'm like holding a burrito because I really like burritos too. But fishes are cool too. I really like, I haven't really caught a fish, but I could always pretend.
Well, we're going to New Orleans soon, so I think we can go fishing there and see what kind of fish we can get.
Yes.
Even if it happens to be on a catfish po' boy sandwich that I still think about.
Oh yeah, we're going back there. We're going
yeah.
back to that spot.
That counts as a fish that you caught.
That is
you're
a
eating
fish
it.
that I'm definitely catching.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the name of the place, but I feel like if we're in New Orleans at like 3 a.m. and we wander to a certain part of the city, like we'll just know, we'll feel it, and then we'll just find it. I don't think we need to know where it is.
I think we'll remember.
And speaking of New Orleans, we're right around the corner from going to the Alice New Orleans experience. So like for those that don't know what this is, we have an entire weekend that we create like a whole experience for fans that want to come out and join us. So literally it's 3 days long. The first day you'd be like our VIP at a concert at the Goat that we're having there in New Orleans, where we're opening up for Voltaire. The second day is full, like a full day of like hanging out across the city. Like we already have some tours booked. Like we're gonna be like, Sash, what is it like when you get on the boat, and what's that called?
A swamp tour.
Swamp tour. We're touring the swamp in a boat. So you could get on a boat with us and hang out in the swamp. I know you want to do that.
See the alligators.
See the alligators. So come join us. If you're interested, let me know. Like just write a comment saying like, hey, I want to go, and I'll reach out to you personally. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. It was like your short commercial break.
It's okay. Every show needs like PSAs, right? So
Scott is asking how close to Jersey we'll get. I think I'm not sure in terms of distance. So on the East Coast, we are playing Pittsburgh and we're
Pittsburgh.
playing Washington, DC. So I'm not sure distance wise how close that is, but we will be making it more towards the Northeast next year. So if that's not close to you, we will eventually get closer to you for sure. Scott's actually from New Jersey, so I know he's definitely itching to be in that area for sure.
Definitely.
And we all are. We love it there.
Yeah, I would love to get back to Jersey for a little bit, just to spend some time in my old hometown, Hightstown, East Windsor. So it's always interesting going back to a place where you like grew up in and like seeing how much it changed. And I haven't been there in a while, so be cool. But yeah, let me.
It's like Jeremiah on the YouTube chat is asking, if you all could have any superpower, what would your power be?
Ooh.
Superpowers, y'all.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like invisibility would probably be a good one, but it's also dangerous. So, I don't know. Eternal life. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think I would do the Spider-Man powers. Because obviously I want to fly, but I also like swinging, I guess. But not in that way. But like, this has gone off the rails already. No, just like getting to do like hanging from the buildings and like swinging through traffic, because I hate sitting in traffic. I think that's just really what I want to do, is I want to have the superpower to skip traffic.
It's an exceedingly useful superpower.
Yeah.
Such a great
skip traffic.
Like, oh my God.
I would love that. Oh man.
What about you, Tash?
Oh, me? Flight. I would love to fly. Every time I have a dream about flying, I wake up and I'm like, I want to do that. So yes, flight. I think flight for me. Invisibility, I don't know. I don't think I want to hear certain conversations. I don't think I'd want to be the fly in the room.
That's the thing. I feel like there's some superpowers that like, it's like a blessing and a curse. Like if you had the ability to read everyone's mind, wouldn't that be really overwhelming and be really annoying when you're just trying to sleep, Like, I don't know.
Have you accidentally invisibilized yourself and then you were asleep?
Oh yeah.
Damn it, not again.
You were sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, it's pretty bad. And like, yeah, if you lived your life, like part of your life invisible, and then like for whatever reason you just decided to be naked all the time, then all of a sudden your invisibility goes away,
How about you, Sash?
I think I want to go with like healing hands, but that the energy doesn't have to come away from anywhere. Like it's not like I'm going to put one hand on this tree and then this hand on you and I steal the tree's life and I heal you. It's like, no, I just want to heal. So, what about you, William?
Say again? I was having a little hard time hearing you.
Oh, if you could have any superpower, what would your superpower be?
Oh God, I'd add 24 hours to each day probably.
Oh, that would be
48-hour
awesome.
days.
Yes.
8 days.
That's a
Well,
solid one.
I'll give it that.
Select days.
Only on select days.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like each day you could have like, time allocated just for like sleeping, and just make sure you get the best rest you can get. And then like still get like 20 hours in or whatever it is, or whatever, 10 hours or I don't even know. That's amazing.
Actually, I want to retract my answer. I like that. I would want to be able to have the power to freeze time.
Ooh.
Yeah. But then to be able to like unfreeze other people.
Yeah.
So you could be like, hey, let's go to Six Flags, just the two of us.
Exactly. Something like that. Like everything else is frozen. It's like, so it's like the 48 hour, like that's a cool answer. I like that. So I'm gonna go in that same direction. Freezing time.
Jaren said super speed. You could control time with that. Like
True.
what's that character's name? Flash. The Flash?
Mhm.
Mhm,
That's what he
mhm.
does. Yeah.
And James says super intelligence like Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oof, that'd be a hard one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one's a burden as well as a blessing.
I don't
Knowing
know.
everything.
I don't know if I would want to know everything. That would be kind of boring.
Yeah, I enjoy being stupid. It's really fun.
You're not stupid, Carl.
We're fun
Far
this way.
from it.
You're like, oh no, what's that thing? Who cares?
Oh, Craig is asking, he says, I love the name Alice and Mad Hatters, whether it's the history and story behind it or the story Alice in Wonderland, us too. The Batman villain, and now all of you who came up with the titles. Well, it was kind of a collective group think. In the beginning, it was me, Scott, and Gordon, and we were out in Joshua Tree. We love being out in the desert. It's just such a beautiful, quiet place where you can see the stars and just really hear your own thoughts. And we were just kind of musing on the concept of what we wanted to call our band. And we'd come up with all this music, and definitely inspired by Alice in Wonderland, like the concept of going through the looking glass, the coming of age, coming out stronger and stranger. So that, we were thinking, like, in one word, how could we describe what felt like really surreal art to us? And so we thought Alice, and the one is the concept of like sort of oneness and going within. And the Mad Hatter Army, I think, Scott, did you come up with that?
Yep, Mad Hatter Army sort of just popped out. It started last year, I think in May or so, but yeah, I could talk more about it, but I don't want to. If you have anything more to talk, Tosh, please continue.
Oh, no. Please.
Yeah. So Mad Hatter Army. So we've had this the idea of sort of this community that's been growing for a while, and it really, like, we've always been really passionate about creating these communities for our friends and our fans to collectively hang out in. And the more that we've done stuff online, like, the more it seemed obvious that we needed a name for it. And it just made sense. Like, it clicked right away, because I was like, all right, I really want to, I feel like we need to set up this space for us. And what are we going to call it? Mad Hatter Army was like the first thing that came to my head. And that's what we called it. And we have a private Facebook group. We've got a Discord server. We have a lot of a lot of fun stuff that we do, like, just specific to the community. This is one of the things that we do. Obviously, like, we're streaming through all of our platforms right now, but this is also a way we could bring more people into the community. But it's really like a small private place where, like, everyone's friends with each other. So feel free to join, and it's a great place to hang out. But I feel like it started really coalescing in 2020 during we were doing this whole series of, like, streams, because we couldn't tour, we couldn't play shows. So we were just like, well, what are we going to do? Let us have a virtual tour from Steve's living room for like half the year, and so almost every day, we were streaming on Twitch through Alice.tv, which is just redirects you to our Twitch page. But anyways, the community that started forming there, I was like, it just seemed to make sense to, like, continue building that, even after we stopped doing all the streams. We're like, we felt like we really needed to just carry it, and that's what we did. That's, and it really wasn't us that created it. It's just like all of you, everyone who's streaming in, everyone who messages us every day, everyone on the Discord server, and there's like, there's always someone there if you want to talk. Like, like 3 a.m, there's, like, on Discord, you could pop in and there's going to be another Mad Hatter somewhere that's going to be there, and you could hang out. So it's a great community. Yeah, so we join it.
We got a really cool question from Jeremiah on YouTube, and he was asking if we could open for a band. Which band would that be?
I mean, we just saw Rammstein. That would be pretty awesome.
Their opener was amazing. It was his piano duet. Duet I can't say it right. Duet. Carl, help me.
I can't say it right. Yeah, that's why I was glad that you were going for it.
Oh, that was a flop.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
It was so great. Oh my
They're from
goodness.
France. They played beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piano music. They were doing like Rammstein covers on the piano. It was epic. But I don't know. What are there wish list bands?
I feel like we would kill if we were opening for Tool.
I mean, that would be pretty amazing.
I feel like that's the easy answer.
I feel like, yeah, I know of a band called, another band did actually get a chance to open up for Tool. They're a band called Three Teeth. They came from LA as well, and for whatever reason, like they managed to get into a situation where they were like opening their tour, but they said it was like it like changed their lives, you know, because they're playing in like arenas every night. They're like, we need to make music that's like sounds good in an arena, you know. So I don't even know like what that would be like, but that would be pretty fun. So
Sasha, do you have any wish list?
I feel like we hit all my wish lists.
Yeah.
I feel like Tool is always the one that I'm like, man, that would be the one. But then when you said Rammstein, I was like, well, yeah, of course we want to do that. I mean, I think opening for Three Teeth would be really fun too.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're so good. I think it just depends on, I don't know. I would love to tour with this group and kind of open for whoever wants to have us so that we can continue touring together.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fun playing shows of all types. That's for sure. You know, when we play shows, doesn't matter if it's like the smallest venue or the huge stage. You know, we always have a really good time, you know. The thing that's fun about bigger stages is there's just more room to run around, you know. So, you know, we get on bigger stages, then you'll see us running around some more, and that's always fun.
And I will get a treadmill if we get a big enough stage.
You heard it here, folks.
Right.
Treadmill for Carl.
I've been thinking ever since we saw Rammstein and I saw their keyboardist on a treadmill, and like, I thought I'm getting my
Like
steps
one
in.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ronald is giving us some love from Wastelands. We loved you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we had such a good time there.
It was amazing.
So let's see, I saw a couple more chat mentions. Favorite moment on tour. Usually they involve food. You know? It's like, oh wow, like this awesome pizza place in Detroit we all went to. I think when we played in Detroit, we stopped at this amazing place that Carl recommended. It's like this, I can't even describe it. It's just perfect pizza. I don't know.
I didn't know Detroit had a pizza thing. Like Carl was the one that introduced us to this. Like I knew New York, Chicago, but I didn't realize that Detroit was famous for pizza too. So
Detroit style pizza. Anybody who's up there, it's Buddy's. Buddy's Pizza. It's fantastic. I remember going there a lot with my mom and my siblings when we went to go visit our family up there. So that's how, whenever they said we were going through this area of Detroit, I'm like, oh, that's right near Dearborn. That's where all my family lives. So we knew exactly where we needed to go. It's perfect. Yeah, that was the pizza tour too, because we got to do that pizza. We got to have Chicago pizza. Like, man, we were getting that cheese.
Yeah, we got our cheese on. For sure.
Yeah, cheese curds.
my favorite moments have been just kind of like the sweet in-betweens. I mean, I love getting to interact with everyone and playing the shows. But sometimes it's like the afterwards, like where everyone's just like hanging out, you know, and just talking. It's just simple. It's like very simple.
Yeah, sometimes, like being in the van after an awesome show, we're all just like buzzing from a show, you know, and like sometimes we'll talk for hours, you know, just like, oh, this was like a cool moment, or this happened, or like, you know, the lights went out or the power shut down, like, oh my god, you know, we all get excited about things that happen, and then we all talk about it, you know. Actually, after Wasteland Weekend, I feel like there was a moment We ate some frozen pizzas when all was said and done at like 5 in the morning, and we all were just like, all right, you know.
How about you, William? Are there any favorite tour stories from you?
That's a good question. Like when I did the merch for Christian Death back in late May, there was this really it was almost surreal moment, like after we did the Brooklyn show, and we're driving through Times Square, and it's like 2 in the morning and it's completely lit up like it's daylight. And I don't remember the name of the place, but it was some pizza place over there. Like I said, like 2 in the morning, and it was just fantastic. But it was a good way to close out the shows.
Yeah, it's always a fun feeling, you know.
I
Yeah.
see that pizza seems to be the thread here.
I know. I think we're making everyone hungry on the chat.
I know.
They're all
It's
gonna
the
eat-
perfect food, y'all. Pizza's the perfect food.
They're all gonna be like, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go eat some food. See you later. But
And St. Louis is good for theirs too, but St. Louis's thing is that Provel cheese.
that's really interesting. I gotta try that out. What was I gonna say? Ooh, hot ones. Like seeing everyone just like shout out to their favorite food on the chat. All right, something I wanted to do actually was I wanted to share the new hoodies that we have coming out, and I'm gonna share some pre-order links for them too, but I'm gonna show them to everyone first. So I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, screen is shared. So as I do this, you could look at our tour dates, and I just have to fix the Zoom. It always gets messed up. Okay, that's fixed. So we're really excited to offer our new hoodie. So we're bringing these out on the road with us this fall. And what's really fun is that we have 2 different styles. The first one is this red and black style. It looks so cool. Like, I don't know, that's just the best way I can describe it. I love the red, I love the black. It's this soft fleece hoodie. And I feel like everyone's gonna love it. So we have this available for pre-order. And we also have just like a regular black hoodie. This is like heavier weight. This will be a little bit warmer than the red and black one. So that's available as well. So just wanted to show everyone these awesome hoodies that we have. And yeah, I'm gonna post the links up too. So I'll do that right now. So I just wanted to show that.
And we did it, y'all. We got hoodies.
I know, finally.
Got there.
Been talking
There's-
about it for so long.
They're so pretty. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I feel like it's gonna be after the Mobius Loop hoodies came out from Mankind, where nobody just takes them off for a while.
We still wear those. Like we
Yeah,
own them,
no.
and I still wear mine. It's lasted for like a long time. Like those things last. So I'm gonna post some links to those. That page, but yeah, oh man, it's gonna be a blast this fall. We're super excited to hit the road. We have our music video release show on October 20th, and then our first show out of California is Glendale, Arizona, which is basically like in the Phoenix area. And then like we're going to be playing a show every night for 21 days after that. So come and join us. Let's see, here is hoodies.
Oh yes, and if you are coming out to a show, if you have any song requests, please send them our way. We'll see if we can prep them ahead of time that are Alice songs. We try to do as many covers as possible, but we have our hands full for the next couple of weeks. So if there are any Alice songs that you would like to hear us play, for sure, let us know, please.
Free bird.
All right, Sasha started it.
Stairway to Freebird.
Stairway to Freebird.
Stairway to Freebird.
Awesome. Yeah. I think. Is there any other questions on the feed? Anything else we want to talk about?
Jeremiah is mentioning he hopes we come to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and yes, we would love that. We've never played Arkansas, and that's definitely something we need to remedy. We absolutely need to come there. We haven't even played there as MKIO, so I feel like there's certain regions that I'd love to get to explore and meet more people and try the food. Every region has like their special thing. Like I'm so looking forward to boiled peanuts. In the deep south, like I love boiled peanuts. It's like near and dear to my heart. Like you can ask the guys like every gas station, I'm like, where's the boiled peanuts? So I'm super excited about that. But yes, we will definitely be coming there. And yes, Dave Hargrave was asking if Wasteland was as good as he told us, and it's absolutely 100% was. It was absolutely incredible.
Wasteland was ridiculous.
We felt very at home for sure. And Tim said he's never tried boiled peanuts. Well, so I'm half Thai, and it's really funny because the first time I tried it, I grew up eating boiled peanuts, but like the first time I tried it in the South, I was like, oh, because they put like the Cajun, spice on it. It's pretty next level. So highly recommend.
Yeah, they sell it at like every gas station in the South. Like once you hit like, not Texas though, but like more southern, right? It's like
I'd say like
Alabama,
Florida. We've gotten it in Georgia.
Georgia for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. She just came on.
Oh wow, welcome.
Yes.
So Peter's requesting Make Up Your Mind, The Trouble With You, Truth of Consequence, Roman Candles, and Time Moves Slowly.
Oh, wow. Those are ones that we just haven't done in a while.
Yep. And Bjorn Thorkelson was asking if the red and black ones are limited, and right now they are because they only come in small, medium, large, or extra large. We don't have 2XL or 3XL. So like right now, they're definitely sort of like a limited supply. So if you want to get like a regular, like something that's like 2XL or 3XL, you'd have to order one of the black ones. And yeah, that's about it. But if you all manage to sell us out, we will definitely put in another order for the shirts. So, but they're just limited in terms of size right now. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else? Any other questions out there? Anything we need to talk about that we haven't?
Well, I'm excited because we're releasing our music video for Time and the single next week at our acoustic live stream. So that's happening. Was that next week? No, that's the week after next.
Yeah, week after.
Time is fluid.
It's all just one big day.
I know. That's what it feels like right now.
Yeah. I think I'll be scheduling a preview of the music video for our Inner Circle members, because that's one of the perks that Inner Circle people get. If you're part of it, like we definitely make a point to share releases and stuff like that before they come out. So if you haven't signed up, definitely do so if you want to have that experience, and I'll make sure to include you in that. I'll post a link here for people who want to.
Oh, Michael Mabry was asking about Alice Underground, and we should do a little swing as Alice is Underground, or do like electro or swing version of Alice songs. That's a really fun idea. So for those of you who are not familiar, we have another project called Alice Underground, which is like our jazzy blues swing project. And well, we've talked about doing some electro swing at some point. We have a growing bucket list. Like we have all the stuff for So Below that we need to finish, and Metal Moo. Yes, and Alice Underground. Like there's definitely a lot of fun stuff in the woodwork. So we're thinking in the next 6 months or so, we're gonna churn out a lot of fun new things for y'all. So
yeah, I think there's just so much on deck, and like we're also finishing up this song that we're making for this incredible this comic book. I don't even think we could say what it is yet, but it's really, really cool. The song itself just came together. We're like in a flurry to finish this up because we want to get it done before we leave for tour. And plus we have another song on deck even before we leave. So we've got a lot to do still here in the world of Alice before we leave for tour.
Yeah. Oh, and Dave is saying we should do MKO and swing. That'd be very, very fun. We actually have.
Yeah.
I think Gordon pulled me on stage to do, what was it, Trapped Inside, but swung, which was very, very fun. And Jeremiah is asking when our song Time will be available on Spotify.
October 21st. So we'll be sending out the pre-save link for that this week as well. So you could actually like pre-save it, automatically get dumped into your Spotify account the day it comes out. But yeah, that's set to come out the day after we do the premiere on the 20th.
Yeah.
Plus Bandcamp too. It'll be up there.
Well, thank you all so much for spending your time with us. Thank you to William for coming and hanging out as well, and
Of
for the
course.
warm welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone for welcoming William. We're really happy to have him on the team and in the family and stuff. So lots of good things on the horizon. Cool.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
y'all a ton, and happy Sunday. Happy week, everybody. Thank
ya.
you.
Take care, y'all.